There's one reason why God allows short-term suffering on your behalf. The reason He allows short-term suffering is that you will learn to rely on Him and His provision. Because way too often, people rely on their own feelings and their own limited mental strength, or on their feelings of guilt or their cultural programming to get things done. And here's what I want to tell you. That mindset of self-reliance is what Christ wants out of you. Because self-reliance will lead to guilt and shame. And guilt is not from God, neither shame. No good will come from guilt and shame. Guilt and shame are two things you need to unlearn, that needs to get out of your system. And the way these things get out of your system is when you build faith experience in walking by faith. That's why Christ allows tribulation. That's why Christ allows people to do you dirty. Why? Not because He's not able to prevent it, but He wants you to grow in walking by faith. Because what you operate in is what you're established in. Someone that's an athlete, he operates in that sport. So he's built in that sport, so he's settled in that way of operating. So after a while it goes automatically. The same way, worrying, feeling guilty, feeling ashamed, escapism, relief seeking, all those things, you have been trained into them. And because you gained experience in doing them, it became like second nature onto you. Well, just like you learned through repetition and you settled in what you operated in, the same way you ought to operate in faith, you will grow and settle in faith. That's the reason short-term suffering is tolerated on your behalf. So even though the bad stuff happening around you aren't good, and Christ does not agree with them, He tolerates them because there's a good outworking coming from it. You walking by faith. That's it for now. Agree with Christ and be at peace.